Hey guys, Postron here, and today let's talk about the new best XP farm, at least until it gets nerfed again in Diablo 4. So Blizzard is currently playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game with the Diablo 4 community, basically just nerfing good dungeons. People get to the next best dungeon, they nerf that, then they normalize all elite mobs across the board. I don't really know what to say about this way of balancing other than I think it's absolutely terrible. Basically, you have content creators even contemplating, should I even release a video about this because it gets nerfed next day or whatever. It is very annoying, and I think people should be rewarded for finding cool stuff, and there's always going to be the best thing, right? They started buffing Iron, whatever, I already forgot where it was, which was the best map for a long while. Then they nerfed Champions, then they nerfed like Ruins down here. Like, overall, I just don't know where this should go. So yeah, if this dungeon gets nerfed eventually, I will post it down in the description. So look at the top comment. I'll put it there immediately. And you can jump to the next thing, I guess. I don't know what Blizzard is doing right now. It's so goddamn cringe. But either way, we're going to talk about Uldur's Cave. So I just recorded a run real quick to show you what this thing is about. So basically, you have the first stage of the map where it's all about killing these walls. So there's nothing you have to pick it up, put it somewhere, or there's like these activators, levers, or whatever, where mobs can damage you and then you get, I don't know, kind of delayed, right? Nothing annoying like that. It's literally just barricades. So the thing you see up here, that is literally it. Kill 2 of these barricades and you're in the next zone. And that is all, right? That is all you have to do. And it's super easy. So as you can see right here, we have the first elite pack. Now, when it comes to these like crevices down here, you should always go a little bit into them. Don't go fully up down there. There's often vents which are not worth it in terms of XP. But very often at the start, there could be like a 3-pack of elites. So just kind of look out for that. But don't go fully down because there might be a dead end. Moving on, basically, just a lot more elites. You're going to see a lot of these like elite packs. As you can see right here, I might have, if I just went straight up here, I might have overlooked the elite pack down here. So what I'm saying is just go a little bit into this direction. Usually it's top right-ish, but then again, just I only ran like 30 to 40 for now. So maybe there are other layouts. I'm pretty sure there will be other layouts, right? And now here's the cool part, right? Here we get to the second part. So you have this like in between, right? Where you have to destroy the last barricade. Once again, I dipped a little bit to the side and found even more elites. Here we just killed the last barricade, and behind that you will see, let's get a little bit in front, these normal transition phases, right? Usually where there's like, I don't know, levers to press, or sometimes there are levers, sometimes it's just like killing one elite mob, and then you can transition to the second stage. And the second stage is kill all. Now the thing with kill all in a party nowadays is you can actually easily do it because the mobs teleport on top of you. Also, you don't have to complete it because this is the last phase. So on solo, the mobs will literally just teleport on top of you. Even if you miss them, there's a lot of elites in the second stage. You want to fully clear all the way around. But once again, if you're a build that has a harder time than, for example, my Tornado to full clear, definitely don't care about these ones. You don't have to full clear. There's no next stage. This is the last stage. So more elites, right? And now the only, I guess, upside if you kill all mobs here is that you get teleported on by a boss or something. But it's just like another, it feels like it's just another elite, and the completion of the dungeon is not really that much XP. So yeah, you just go further down here, and it's basically just going to be the same. And at the end, once you clear, if you cleared everything, so at the end you can see that I missed some mobs down there. So I have to backtrack, which is why you should always kind of check these things out. But as you can see right here, there's all the mobs spawning on top of me. These are all mobs that were on the other side, but they got teleported to me because I didn't kill them. That is how it works in solo and also in duo nowadays, which is kind of nice, which I remember a time where that wasn't the case. So now you see the boss spawn on top of us because we killed all, so to speak. And now after we kill the boss, we even get the completion, which doesn't really do much, but it has good drops anyways. Personally, this is the best solo XP farm that at least I've tried. Now make no mistake, right? I couldn't test all of them. Up here, there's quite a few dungeons that I have not tested at all. And down here, I've only done like a sample size of 20-ish, right? to kind of calculate it. Some were so bad that I only did 10, so maybe I overlooked 1 or 2 because I just got bad RNG. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. One thing I want to mention though, 2 things that a lot of people did: Blind Burrows and Ruins of Eridu. Ruins of Eridu is a lot worse after the normalization of dungeons that they did yesterday. However, Blind Burrows is still really, really good. I would say it's almost as good as Olders is, but the thing about Olders is it has more elites, which means more rare gear, which means more gold, more legendaries. A lot of the XP from Blind Burrows comes from these like spider thingies that explode into more spiders, right? These are all normal mobs. They don't really drop rares. Whereas here you just have an influx of elites. So just so you can see, the fastest way to get to Ulder's Cave is TP to Iron Wolf's encampment and then go right here. One more thing for people who have never really done these solo farming sessions or duo farming sessions, a quick rundown of how to do it efficiently. So if you're solo, what you do is you go here, you complete the dungeon, then you E out, right? So basically E, leave dungeon until you're in front of the dungeon. Then you relog. This is important because if you relog while you're in the dungeon, it will TP you back into town, which is bad because now you have to go back on your horsey and come back to the dungeon again. But if you E out first, it will actually relog, port you in right in front of the dungeon. Rinse and repeat, right? Whereas in a duo, what you have to do is you complete the dungeon. Duo is a lot easier because you don't have to relog. The party leader leaves the party. So basically, they get automatically TP'd out if they do that. Then you wait like 5 to maybe 7 seconds, depending on how long the loading screen of your party member is. Then you go click on him, right? So right here, I go right click, join party. If you do that, you get a question here. Do you want to transfer, right? You haven't E'd out of this. You're still in here. If you click that and you say transfer, it automatically portals you out. So you're basically saving actually 2 loading screens, right? Because you also don't have to load back in. And the reason why it's so important to wait a little bit is your buddy is getting ported out and has to port back into the dungeon. So if you do it at the right time, you also get ported back into the dungeon. So you're basically not even porting out, porting back in. All of that time is saved in total. And then, rinse and repeat. Also, when I talk about gold farm, this is from 1 map, right? So usually you're going to have a full inventory every 2 maps. So you can easily make, I don't know, upwards of like 7 million gold per hour-ish. So definitely always go back to vendor. I would say usually every 2 or 3 times, after every 2 or 3 dungeons, I just portal back to town. Oh yeah, one more thing. Even after the nerfs, from what I've seen, if you're in a party of 3 or 4 people, Champion's Demise is still going to be better. Now, don't call me out on this. I'm not saying this because I have tested anything in a group of 3 or 4. I mostly go duo. But just know that even afterwards, if you're in a party of at least 3 people, it was, for me personally, still better than even Older's Cave. In a party of 2, it was worse. However, because of the way you run Champion's Demise, right, everybody runs into different directions and then you log out, you're missing like all the loot from the other people. Sure, you get the legendaries, but you don't get all the ancestrals, which means less gold and less upgrades. And I know if you clicked on the video, maybe you only care about XP. I just want to make it clear how important it is to save up a lot of gold early. In fact, I've just blasted like 50 million gold on my gloves and I still haven't rolled what I wanted to. So once you're at like level 90 plus, you will see that upgrades get harder and harder and harder, and you will really appreciate these dungeons that give you a ton of gold on top of it. But yeah, just a quickie update. Hope everybody who's hunting for that level 100 can get something out of the video. And yeah, since I still don't have a slogan, see you next time.